How you doing today? Trevor Teisman with Kbands Live 141. This exercise that we're going to set up is going to help increase our heart rate a little bit. I've got the Victor ropes doubled back towards the squat rack so that we can just get our quads fired up a little bit and increase your heart rate. You don't really require a whole lot of room. If you're working in a bedroom or a basement or somewhere at your house, all you need is about 10 to 12 feet for this. So I got the Victor rope, like I said, double back. You got plenty of resistance there. You drop back about 4 to 6 steps and you're going to feel a little bit of blood flow start to run to your quads, and you'll be a little bit winded as you move into that inverted push-up position here in just a second. Make sure though that you keep good form. You don't want to arch your back around the Victor rope. Sometimes when you get in there and you put something around a low mount, you find that you want to arch your back and lean, driving with your shoulders. You want to make sure you keep your abs squeezed flat back at all times. This next exercise I think you're really going to like. We're using the dip bars, but we've got them really low. And what we're trying to do is not just a straight push-up where you drive from your shoulders, but rather you're going to be trying to go down towards your hip flexors. Driving your hands back down like that, you're going to feel a little bit different in your chest than you're used to with a standard push-up. Now, if you're just driving your hands down from under your armpits or near your chest, you're not going to feel the difference. So make sure that you let your head go over, and it's almost feeling like you're like nose diving over the top when you're doing this from a flat position. That's why if you start with the dip position, you'll notice that with the chest a little bit higher, you can kind of control that motion, and you can flirt with the edges a little bit, driving your hands down towards your sides. Working to failure at both of these is about a 30-second set. Keep your pace as we move back and forth and get warmed up for the 141. All right, we're going to move the dip bars now from the low position to the high position and get set up for some static holds and some exercises up top. We're also going to continue using the Victory rope so we keep our setup pretty simple. The first exercise that you'll be doing, remember you're matching my exercise. If you've got a pad or anything like that that you want to put down there, go ahead and get that going. But if not, just go ahead and lay on the ground and pull the Victory ropes down around your chin. You want to activate with the top half with the Victory ropes, and we're going to be walking out with the body. This is extremely hard exercise if you're doing it correctly. The key is that you keep your butt off the ground as long as possible. So it may be hard to see here in the video, but when I roll my body up, my butt's off the ground, and I'm keeping my butt off the ground as I extend my legs out near as far as I can. You'll notice if you do this correctly, as soon as those knees, see I just tried to show you there, as soon as those knees clear the 90-degree angle from your upper half, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to hold that position. If you're a little bit weaker, it's okay if your butt kind of touches, but that's the goal. You're trying to work on keeping your butt off the ground the entire way out to get the legs straight. It's going to be a very tough ab exercise, one of the toughest you'll probably feel. Now here the superset is you're going to be on the dip bars here, and we're going to drive our knees up and really start just trying to get some flex through our core. But the key here when you're doing this exercise, you want to drive your hands down. If you let your shoulders roll up and you sit high in your scaps, it's a little harder to flex your abs. So the first step is you want to sit up high on the dip bar and then press down through your body. You should almost feel this in your chest. That's going to help close all the joints down, getting really crunched up so you can feel this more in your abs. If you let your shoulders sit really high, it's going to be hard for you to flex downward. So go back and forth here, get the abs roasting, and we'll move on after this. Move the dip bars down just a little bit. We're going to be doing rows. So if you want to measure this, you're going to lay down on your back, and we want to be at a slight angle. So make sure that when you reach up and you grab the dip bar, your back is actually clearing the floor. This way, you can row up and down. You've got a neutral position rather than using that standard bar that you see a lot of people doing in the gym. We're going to use those dip bars, so we've got a neutral grip. Get a little bit higher up, get some bicep burn. The exercise that you're going to be starting with again, remember, just pause the video at any time if you want to set this up or if we're moving a little too quick. But I like to try to move so that you guys can, just see more action rather than standing around. So here we go. This motion, you're going to grab a straight bar. You can also just grab the Victor rope if you'd like, but it's just a rotation exercise. Great for the obliques. We got our abs firing a lot on the last superset. So here we're going to try to keep them going just a little bit, but move a little bit more ballistically, trying to get the obliques involved, as the last ones we kind of were down the middle. Now here the row is going to be, when you rotate over, you just go ahead and sit down on the ground, lay down flat, and then you're going to try to row down towards your stomach. You know, a lot of times everybody wants to row directly towards your chest or even with your shoulders, but challenge yourself a little bit at angles. You know, the more that you can kind of pull it down your chest, you'll feel it different in your back, and the higher we pull it, you'll feel that different in your back. So mess with your angles just a little bit as you get going to get a little bit different stimulation in your back. Hey, enjoy this superset, turn up the music a little bit, and let's start wrapping up this workout. All right, finishing up here, we're going to have a tough superset. You're going to be working on a stability ball for the first exercise, pulling the victory ropes over the top. If you find the victory ropes are too strong, use those fusion cables over there and lighten up the load a little bit, go on the 1 and the 2, because you want to be able to get a crunch still. So when you reach back, you'll sit on the ball, you'll roll the ball down, and then you're going to reach back, and then you'll do crunches out in front with resistance. Your hands should be down around your neck, but you want to have a good base with your hands not really on your neck. Obviously, you want a couple inches in between. So that'll be your one superset, or your one half of the exercise. And the other one, you've got your dip bars up just a little bit higher to where when you curl up to that 90-degree angle in your arm, you can hold those legs off. Now, this is going to be a static hold and going to be pretty tough if your hip flexors or your quads start burning too much. Notice now, I'm just kind of rotating through my hands or my knees. You're just going to lift one up a little bit, switch it the other side. You're going to give that hip flexor and that quad a little bit of break, or at least a little less pressure as you move through the set. You'll go back and forth between the two. Let's finish up this workout. Enjoy Kbands Live 141 and push yourself through the pace. If you got any questions, feel free. kbandstraining.com. Jump on the comments. I'll be sure to let you know my opinions or any questions that you may have. I'll be sure to answer them. Have a great day.